So here is your Sarasota County Market 3 update. Well, hey everyone, it's Matt Light, your Sarasota Realtor, and today I am bringing to you what is happening with the real estate market, particularly in the third quarter, and why does it matter to you as a buyer or as a seller. Now, before I continue, I have broken all of this down in a great PDF document that you can download. If you're watching on YouTube or Facebook right now, go ahead and check out that link in the video description. If you're listening to the podcast, it is gonna be in the show notes where you can download a free PDF of what is going on in the market. Now, in that PDF, I have broken Sarasota down into a bunch of different areas. So I've broken it down into Sarasota County, Islands and Keys, west of the trail, downtown Sarasota, east of I-75, Palmer Ranch, Lakewood Ranch, Nokomis and Osprey, Venice, and real estate is pretty hyper local, so that's kind of why I've broken it down for you that way. But today I'm not going to go into super detail like I've done in videos past of what's going on in a specific area or location. I really just want to talk to you today about what's going on as a whole and why does it matter to you and how can it affect you or your family if you're beginning to think about the home selling process or the home buying process, and how can you kind of begin to navigate these waters. So essentially, overall, we are seeing an increase in the number of sales. The number of closed sales is continuing to go up, but the number of new listings is decreasing. So not a lot of new stuff is actually coming on the market each and every single week. You know, when you hear people say, and you may have heard this term, you know, we're in a buyer's market or we're in a seller's market, what does that mean and how is that really calculated? So what people are referring to is they're really referring to the average month's supply of inventory. The month supply of inventory. So what does that mean? What is the month supply of inventory? Well, let's pretend that no new listings came on the market. The month supply of inventory is how long would it take for all those listings to sell? So if you wanted to, break it down into, let's say you had a car dealership. If you had no new cars that came on the lot, how long would it take for you to sell every single car that's on the lot? So in real estate, the magic number for this is 6 months. What that means is if you have a 6-month supply of inventory, you are what we consider to be a balanced market. You're not in a buyer's market, a seller's market. You're pretty balanced if it's at that 6 months mark. If it's longer than 6 months, 9 months, 10 months, a year of the average month supply of inventory, you are what we consider to be a buyer's market. It's because there's so much inventory out there that you as a buyer, you can kind of pick what you want. There's a lot of different options out there for you, especially at all different price points and whatnot. Now, if you are less than 6 months, you are what we consider to be a seller's market, meaning, hey, there's not a lot of competition out there, so you can kind of put your home on the market, and if it's priced appropriately and marketed appropriately, it should sell rather quickly. Now, this does not mean if your home is worth $500,000 that you can put it on the market for $1 million and you're gonna get $1 million for it. That is not what this means. It means that if you are priced and marketed appropriately, it should sell quickly and you won't be waiting a long time to get a contract on your house. So in Sarasota right now, where are we? Well, obviously, as I said earlier, we don't have a lot of inventory and we have a lot of sales. So we know that we are kind of in that seller's market. Our average month's supply of inventory right now is only 2.2 months. It is only 2.2 months, which means that if no new listings came on the market, it would take about 9 weeks to sell everything that is in Sarasota for sale right now. This is a really low month supply of inventory. So we are clearly kind of in a seller's market. So what does that mean for you? What does that mean for you if you're a seller right now or if you're a buyer? Well, if you're a seller right now, it means that there is really no better time to sell. You are in a seller's market. So you should be able to sell for top dollar relatively quickly. So if you're thinking about selling, this is one of the best times to sell. You always want to sell a property when you're in a seller's market. But if you're a buyer right now, does this mean, oh, you know what? I should just wait. I shouldn't really be looking for things. Or what does this mean if you're a buyer? Well, what it means is if you're a buyer and something that that you love pops on the market, you need to jump on it right away. Otherwise, somebody else is going to. So if you're a buyer, how do you position yourself for success in a seller's market? I actually have a couple of buyers that I'm working with that are looking for very, very specific properties, and there's nothing out there right now in Sarasota. So what I've done with them is I have put them on a very customized saved search on my website, and when a new listing comes on the market in that area or neighborhood or bedrooms with a pool or whatever that really specific home is, they get an email right away, literally within an hour that it hits the market. And I also get an email. That way I can call them and say, hey, Joe, this new listing just came on the market. Are you interested in it? Do you want to go check it out? And then we can kind of be one of the first ones to jump right on it. We're walking through some really interesting times in regards to the real estate market in Sarasota, real estate market across the country, and just as a country, in whole. And I hope that today's video was able to help bring a little bit more knowledge to you and your family, in this time and in your situation of where you are in the home buying or the home selling process. Would you consider subscribing to my channel? You'll get notifications whenever new market update videos come on. I also do a lot of different model home tours with some of these new and upcoming communities that I would love to share with you as well. And also, if you have any specific questions about what the market's doing in your neighborhood, in your area, condo, townhome, single family, I would love to do a custom comparative market analysis for you. My contact information is going to be in the show notes below, in the video description below, and I would really look forward to helping you and your family. And again, thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you next time.